Hello and welcome to the Digital Taxidermy Stargrave Championship 2022, brought to you by Click Lock City. Oh my goodness! And what is this, you may ask? Well, it is a championship to see which of these three people with honestly differing levels of ability with tabletop gaming can play a game of Stargrave on the amazing Click Lock City terrain and win this genuine gold effect 3D printed Stargrave trophy. But who are these daring and talented competitors who are going to face battle and learn the rules for the first time today? Well, first of all, we have the esteemed Tom Richards here, who not only has experience with gaming, although it is unfortunately mainly with Necromunda in 40k. But anyway, he's actually got a well-painted and well-assembled crew, so let's meet that.
This is my crew, this is my captain, he's a rogue, that's the Baron. First mate is a veteran with heavy armour and carbine. A case cracker, a code breaker, 3 troopers with gun, carbine. The Herminator with rapid fire, Ronnie hot dogs, and beef tea. That is my crew.
And they are a devastatingly sexy and powerful bunch, well painted, but shop bought and not 3D printed, so personally I'm marking them down for that. And then we have Theo's crew, which is also me talking now, which is a crew I've personally designed and 3D printed that might even be available on our website soon. They are based on deep sea explorer outfits. There's some heavy weapons experts, case crackers, code breakers, and there are some powers, although they don't come up in this game, so I'm not going to go into them now. But look at them, I think they're the tits, personally, but I made them. And then we have Dave Bangs' crew, which is also custom made and 3D printed, but arguably to a lesser level because he only told me what he wanted about a week before we started, so he has this. But he'll introduce it, here we go.
Hi, I'm Dave, a long friend of Digital Taxidermy, and I'm here having properly prepared a long time ago, not in the last 30 seconds, and you can't definitely go on my fingers. This is my Stargrave team. They're Dutch crabmen with trout guns, and no left and or right hands, depending on where I glued the weapon on. This is Billy Beeffingers, who's a biomorph with rapid fire, and the first mate, Jim the Sprat. And I've given them bribe and create bot outside of their normal powers of adrenaline, fling, and camo. Then we've got.
Oh shit, he's dead.
He's all right. It's fine. We'll cut it in the edit. And this is heads O'Cree, shoulders Bannon, knees O'Roll, and Anderson, and toes. And they're all troopers. And then there's Bob, who's a grenader, and this is a red shirt. They were both press ganged last night. That's why they're drunk and can't stand up. Look, which is a tremendous coincidence. And then there's Fred's shirt. So I didn't count the points up right and had enough left for another trooper. So he's Fred's shirt because he didn't fit in with the head, shoulders, knees, and toes. And I'm going high combat because I think things like working out where stuff is on the board or picking locks, it doesn't sound like my play style at all. And then so you can use the red shirts as bubble wrap and try and shoot the people in the middle of the face.
Nice. And here's the star of the show, the spectacular Click Lock City board, which has loot tokens placed here, and then there's some more around. Where was it now? Oh look, there's one underneath here near Dave's side of the table. That's where Dave's going to be, over that end. You can see my crew just there. No, you can't. There's another one over here right at the top, which Dave placed in a really inconvenient and hard to get to place, which will come up later. There's the nicely placed ones that I put, including one just here. There you go, that one in the middle there. And where else were they? One over there, where Dave's hand is top left. Actually, maybe this isn't the best way of showing it. Anyway, here is a nice picture. Look, there we are, all neatly circled around the map. I'm on the right, Tom's on the left, and Dave is playing from the top of the board. That is the board. This is the game we're playing. Anyway, let's jump into the action before this all gets a little bit too tedious. If you don't know, the way to win Stargrave is either by killing all the other people on the board or by collecting more of the loot tokens, which I just pointed out, and then you win the game. And here we have it, here's the board, and apart from the camera going slightly blurry, you can see the first thing, Tom moved in from the left there to try and get closer to some loot tokens. I also did some moving in from the right, which unfortunately brought me right into the line of sight of Dave's guns, and Dave did some moving from the top just slightly across to the left towards a loot token. But you can also see that there was a battle. Look, there's a bit of a skirmish, so let's find a little bit more about that. I have moved some of my guys over here, some of my guys slightly over to here, where they had a bit of a snuffle, a shooting match with the crabmen.
They didn't have a shooting match, they were target practice.
They were targeted, and unfortunately, my code breaker is no more. No, my case cracker, sorry.
Yep.
Case cracker is no more.
Pew, 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 pew. Come on, big numbers. 19!
19.
Oh!
6. 19 plus your fight plus 2.
Right.
I think you killed him. He's
to the
dead. Insightful and dramatic footage, I'm sure you will agree. So let's hear quickly from Tom about what he did. Tom, what did you do?
Not much really, just moved up the board slightly.
Moved up the board. Dramatic. And from Dave.
I moved these guys a little bit, then you kindly moved all your men into line of sight with my starting position, so I used all my moves and rapid fire shooting loads.
That was a mistake.
Kill a guy a bit and then loads. It was good.
Turn 1, done. Turn 2, as it so often does, followed straight after turn 1 and continued much of the skirmishing on the right-hand side of the board, with many more battles between Theo and Dave. End of turn 2. There's been continuing scuffles between my first officer, runner, and all Dave's guys.
Yeah, my grenade guy wanged a grenade and managed to shoot it nearly at himself.
Yeah.
But also did another guy get killed?
Yeah.
Killed another.
A runner has died.
Yep, another red shirt's down.
There was movement.
And
I moved my heavy gunner commando guy. Dave had a bad time with his weapons.
All of my weapons are jammed, pretty much. All these 3 weapons are jammed, and this guy isn't jammed.
Dave and Tom got stuck into it together. There was a skirmish in this side of the board.
I took a whole bunch of shots at one of
Nerdy
McTryhard's well-painted miniatures.
Code breaker down.
Code breaker down.
At the hands of the crabmen.
And then I think I tickled the other geezer a little bit as well.
Tom made advances. Over this side, Tom has picked up the first token of data and loot over here. Had a little pot shot at my captain, but didn't do very much. He's very close to this token just here.
Yeah, and the captain's waiting to open that one.
So Tom is actually very well placed in terms of getting the most tokens. I've picked up no tokens and lost 2 people.
Tokens are fun.
And Dave's strategy of killing everything seems to maybe be paying off.
We are Dutch, we do not need tokens, we merely need more fish food.
That's it. End of turn 2. There you go, sports fans. Dramatic stuff. Let's see what happens in turn 3. So here we are, turn 3. The battle continues. There's scuffles. There's fighting. Turn 3 highlights. I have managed to move some of my people, my captain, closer. There they are. Let's move to there, closer.
Operation Gentle Walk.
Operation Gentle Walk has walked them closer to that data token. These guys have walked up a step and taken a shot at Tom, who had unlocked this loot token over here. But he's been shot at, so that was unlocked and moved over there. I haven't lost anyone. I managed
the ongoing scuffle of placing all your troops within range before I'd moved anything has continued. I'm still in my starting positions here with my 3 guys.
These
but
guys
the grenadier that I moved on forwards managed to whiff a shot behind the guy and off the map.
Yeah.
And then got killed through his troubles.
Over here. Then he was dead. That's what I did. What did you do, Dave?
Well, that basically. Oh, and then I took some shots, and because of the unique way digital taxidermy is funded, we are able to create miniatures that can actually go upstairs. Look at that! Those base idiots can't put their miniatures halfway upstairs. But now with Dutch crabmen with trout guns, TM Pat's app, you 2 can go up some stairs.
So these crab people have killed my first mate and the gunner.
Oh, I know.
It's a bad night out.
So, the end of that round. Tom has 2 loot tokens. Dave has no loot tokens but has killed several people. Yes. And I have no loot tokens and have killed 1 person. So it's not going my way yet. But it's all to play for. It could all still turn around. Now it's turn 4. Slow movement for me. Disappointment for Dave. Round turn 3. Battle report. I have continued my very slow walk with my captain. Here he is, and he has got slightly closer to that loot token. This guy and this guy shot at him. Look, he's nearly dead. My first mate and the little sentry friend have moved slightly closer to this loot token. No more of my people are dead. This guy's moved and had his weapon jam whilst trying to shoot at some of the crabmen. Boom, crash, violence. Dave, how did your turn go?
Oh, bad. I'd left my captain able to get shot by this because I can't really see that guy.
Come around this side.
I've not spotted this guy, and he's like really obstructed line of sight directly to my captain, who's dead now from here. Here he is, face down. Billy Beeffingers, R.I.P. So these guys were sad here because they couldn't shoot at anyone anymore. So they all ran up the ladder instead of taking shots. So they're all up the ladder ready now to shoot people. And this guy at the front's been taking the hits for them, and he's down to 7 HP. And someone else had a pop at him, but their weapon jammed with all their 4 shots of rapid fire right at the start of their go. Sad face. And one of the red shirts has come up here to... you've got a dude up here, Tom?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're gonna tussle over that nerd box.
And Dave's going to be very disappointed with that. Tom, how did your turn go?
Still running away with these loot tokens. Captain's stunned though. Killed Dave's captain with this shooter through there. And that's been it. Everyone's weapons have been jamming, so I'm just trying to get away with it.
A lot of weapon jams. Not a lot of actual progress in any particular direction. Bit of a stalemate so far, but Tom still has the most loot tokens. And
I'm now captainless.
Dave's captainless. I've actually still got my captain in first mate. So that is something for me. All to play for. Turn 5 now, is it? 4. We're definitely losing track of the number of turns here and possibly what has been happening. Let's hope it concludes. End of turn 4. I can't even remember what happened in turn 4 now. I finally managed to unlock a loot token over here. These guys took some pot shots at some people.
Yeah, injured a guy.
Injured. This person up here that Tom had got up to unlock this loot token. My first mate got as far as this loot token but didn't unlock it. And this guy down here managed to take some pot shots and kill Dave's. Honestly, by this point, I think I've lost some of the footage. This is actually footage of turn 4 with some different arrows over the top. It wasn't going well for me, or maybe any of us. Dave,
So
what did
me
you do?
now captainless and first mateless, pursuing my unfailing strategy of rushing into firing range of everybody else and consequently being able to shoot at them, has started to really pay off. Because now I've, having ignored all the loot tokens for the entire game and focused only on combat, haven't got a first mate or a captain, and a lot of my guys are badly hurt, and Tom has got quite strategic advantage. It turns out the loot tokens are for wimps and nerds, but wimps and nerds win Stargrave.
I mean, who knows? This is the same footage again. I think the gist is it went badly. It went badly for Dave. That's what happened. More. Tom, how did your game go?
Everyone else would be running away. I failed to get.
Then, in the tradition of all great sporting tournaments, one of us had to go home because they'd promised their wife that they'd be home by 5, and we decided who had won. That means that Tom Richards, as the man with 2 loot tokens off the board, is going to be presented with the Digital Taxidermy 2022 Stargrave Champion. Hooray!
And the crowd
Goes wild! Woo! Wow, what an amazing end to the afternoon. And I think the most important thing that we can all take away from this is how wonderful the terrain is. Look at this time lapse now of how easy it is to pack away. Look, it packs away to nothing. Isn't that brilliant? Anyway, thanks for watching the Digital Taxidermy 2022 Stargrave Championship. There may or may not be one next year. I mean, I did enjoy it. I enjoyed it more than it sounds like I did, and the terrain packed away really nicely. If you haven't backed the Kickstarter yet, and if it's still December 2022, then you should head over and check it out and do that, or tell your friends and tell everyone you know, like Neil says. And thank you very much for watching the Digital Taxidermy 2022 Stargrave Championship.
Like the video, follow me around. Press the bell, it makes no sound. Like the video, press subscribe. I don't know why I am alive.